Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Alexander Isak's net worth and Liverpool deal as Newcastle friend reveals stance. After his summer transfer saga, Alexander Isak is finally ready to focus on his club football as he gears up for his Liverpool debut. After a rejected bid from the Reds, Newcastle finally gave in to Isak's demands, selling him for a British record $169 million just before the transfer deadline. Amid all the controversy and discussion, Isak has only played 20 minutes of competitive football this season, which was for his country in a World Cup qualifying loss to Kosovo. However, he could finally make his Liverpool debut at Burnley on Sunday, likely coming off the bench. Ahead of a landmark moment for the 25-year-old, here's a roundup of his net worth, Liverpool contract, and what his former Newcastle teammates now think of him. Isak's net worth. Before his move to Liverpool, Isak had an estimated net worth of around $34 million. In addition to his soccer earnings, which would have seen a significant increase following his move to Newcastle in 2022, he has several profitable endorsements, including a boot deal with Adidas, plus investments. His wealth is set to continue growing following his move to Anfield. See below. Huge Liverpool contract, Isak was amongst Newcastle's highest-paid players, earning approximately $163,000 per week. He is believed to have more than doubled his salary at Liverpool, where he will reportedly pocket $407,000 weekly. That figure remains considerably below the Premier League's most lucrative contract, which sees Erling Haaland collect $12,000 per week. He also won't be Liverpool's top earner, with Mohamed Salah, $542,000, and Virgil van Dijk, $474,000, surpassing him. Nevertheless, across his 4-year contract, Isak is set to earn a healthy $85 million. Newcastle message. While Newcastle supporters have been left upset by Isak's behavior, former teammates maintain there are no hard feelings. When questioned about Isak's farewell message in the players' WhatsApp group, Magpies defender Dan Burn recently said, "He put a message in the chat just saying that he was leaving, and thanks for the memories, all that sort of stuff." And the lads replied, "Yeah, of course it was all positive. I think Alex is getting what he wants. And now we've just got to focus and do what we can with the players that we've got." Byrne acknowledged the frustration experienced by Magpie supporters, commenting, "It's only natural. Alex is probably one of the best 3 strikers in the world at the moment. And as a Newcastle fan personally, obviously, you'd love him to want to stay. But I know that's football. And there are players who've come and gone from Newcastle before. Alex is my mate at the end of the day, so it was a tough situation, but I'm glad that we're getting a good return on a player that we've had. And he's getting the move that he wanted." Harvey Elliott supported by former Liverpool teammates after latest message. Harvey Elliott has been shown support by members of the Liverpool squad after making his first appearance since leaving Anfield. The 22-year-old left the Reds on transfer deadline day to complete a loan move to Aston Villa. Elliott will spend the season on loan at Villa Park, with Liverpool also including an obligation to buy clause in the deal worth $35 million. The Reds also have a buyback clause in the agreement, as well as a sell-on clause that will come into effect for any future sale. Saturday saw Elliott make his Villa debut in a goalless draw away at Everton. Elliott was named on the bench by Villa boss Unai Emery. Before being introduced in the 71st minute to replace Emi Buendia, Elliott was not able to get on the score sheet on his return to Merseyside, but still penned a thank-you message on social media hours after the final whistle. "A great feeling to make my Villa debut today," wrote Elliott in a post on Instagram. "A good point on the road. Thank you for the away support. Onwards to Tuesday night in the Cup." Elliott's post received more than 1,750,000 likes, including several from Liverpool players: Ibrahima Konate, Jeremy Frimpong, Alexis Mac Allister, Curtis Jones, Dominique Szoboszlai, Ryan Gravenberch, Rio Ngumoha. Wataru Endo and Reece Williams all liked the post by Elliott. Ngumoha also left a comment on Elliott's post, which featured 2 fire emojis, while former Liverpool star Tyler Morton wrote, "So proud," in his comment. Arne Slot drops message to agents after Isak's controversial Newcastle departure. Liverpool's record-breaking deal for Alexander Isak has been the story of the summer. But Arne Slot has moved to clarify where Anfield stands when it comes to transfer exits. Slot on Liverpool transfers and Isak's Newcastle strike. Speaking ahead of Sunday's clash with Burnley, our head coach insisted players never need to down tools to force a move away from Liverpool, the Dutchman told reporters via The Times. It is not necessary at our club because we also trade players. If a player wants to leave and we get the right money for him, then this club has shown for so many years now that we then do sell. That comment comes in the wake of Isak's turbulent Newcastle exit. Eddie Howe admitted his relationship with the Swedish forward collapsed when he refused to train and play in pre-season after learning of Liverpool's interest, yet Slot dismissed any suggestion of a red flag over the striker's character, stressing that players like Harvey Elliott and Tyler Morton both secured moves this summer without any disruption. Liverpool sanctioned exits for Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez and Kawhimin Kelleher too, showing once again that we operate differently. Isak's role at Liverpool and what comes next. The 25-year-old, who scored 27 times for Newcastle last season, is set to make his debut off the bench at Turf Moor due to limited fitness. Slot was clear about the challenge that lies ahead. For him to become the best in the world, I think the best players in the world win trophies, and that is what he and we need to do. Liverpool have already invested heavily in Florian Wirtz and others this summer, but it is the arrival of Isak that could define our title defense. The striker hurt us in last season's Carabao Cup final when he scored the winner, but now it is about him lifting silverware in red. Newcastle's summer replacement YNWA is already sidelined, underlining why we were right to strike quickly and decisively. In the end, we landed our number 9, and without the need for any of our players to follow Isak's controversial example. Liverpool could do something today. They fell just short of achieving an incredible 2019-20 season. Liverpool could complete a rare feat in their Premier League fixture away to Burnley this afternoon and will fully expect to do so. Arne Slot's men are in the paradoxical position of going to Turf Moor in third place in the Premier League table, despite being the only team in the division with a 100% record, with Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur moving above them on goal difference after their 3-0 wins on Saturday. A draw against Scott Parker's side would be sufficient to move the Reds back to the summit, although they'll be targeting 3 points away to the promoted Clarets. It's a year ago today that Liverpool last failed to score in a Premier League game, when Nottingham Forest stunned Anfield with a 1-0 victory in Slot's second home match in the English top flight. Liverpool could extend Premier League scoring sequence beyond the 12-month mark today. The Merseysiders emphatically recovered from that unexpected setback by romping to the title, and if they were to score at Turf Moor this afternoon, they would complete a full year of scoring in consecutive league games. The Reds were on the verge of completing that feat during the historic 2019-20 season, only for the shock 3-0 defeat at Watford on 29 February to see them fall 3 days short of surpassing the 12-month mark, having previously been held scoreless in a 0-0 draw at Everton on 3 March 2019. Who holds the record for scoring in the most consecutive Premier League games? If Liverpool are to find the net against Burnley today, it'd be their 38th top-flight match in which they've scored, although they'd still have to maintain that for almost another half-season to equal the record of 55 set by Arsenal between August 2001 and December 2002. The champions will be fully expected to score against a team who were promoted a few months ago, not least after a summer of unprecedented transfer investment. Although it'd be naive to anticipate a rout against the Clarets, Parker's side were incredibly miserly in coming up from the championship last term, shipping just 16 goals in 46 matches. Naturally, the step up to the top flight has been far tougher, with 6 conceded in their opening 3 games on their return to the Premier League. Nothing but a win will satisfy Liverpool today. If they're to return to Merseyside with their 100% record still intact, they'll tick off a feat that not even the exalted class of 2019-20 could manage. completing a full year of consecutive scoring in Premier League matches. Liverpool legend predicts points total needed to win Premier League title. Former Liverpool player Jan Molby does not think that Liverpool will need to break the 90-point barrier to retain the Premier League. The Reds wrapped up the title after 34 games last season, by which point they had 82 points. Liverpool ended up finishing on 84 points, 10 points, clear of Arsenal in second place. Arsenal's final points tally was the joint lowest by a second place team in the Premier League since 2016, when the Gunners finished the campaign as runners-up to Leicester City on 71 points, and Molby is not envisaging a return to the famous title races between Liverpool and City this term. The Reds finished on 97 points in 2018-19 and 92 points in 2021 and 22, but did not win the league in either campaign as City pipped them to the post. However, the current City side is nowhere near as ruthless as the ones from a few years ago, and Molby doesn't envisage Arsenal running Liverpool particularly close either. "I'm not convinced we need to be the best Premier League team ever to win the league," Molby told Anfield Index. "I've got a feeling that 85 points might do it again. And we know what it was like when we went toe-to-toe with Manchester City. Every season we're going in thinking, can we get 95-plus points? I don't know. Can we get 85 points? I think we can. And I think that might just be enough again, isn't it? So that's where I'm at with it all." On Arsenal's title chances, Molby said, "By every day I'm more convinced that with Mikel Arteta as the manager, they won't win the Premier League." Mikel Arteta himself, meanwhile, shifted the pressure onto Liverpool in the title race last week as he said that the Reds are the favorites to win the league. "Well, they are the strongest for sure," Arteta told reporters ahead of his side's clash with Nottingham Forest on Saturday, which the Gunners won 3-0. "They have recruited probably the most, the two most decisive players that there were in Europe in the market, and they've done really well to recruit that. They are very strong. But we need to look at ourselves and what we need to do in terms of our abilities to be better than them. That's it." Liverpool face United competition for Dutch prodigy. Liverpool and Manchester. United tracking Ajax star Jordi Mokio rising star catching Europe's attention. Team Talk have reported that Liverpool and Manchester United are among a number of clubs keeping tabs on rising Ajax star Jordi Mokio, and the 17-year-old Belgian is now one of the most watched prospects in Europe. Mokio's decision to join Ajax in 2024, turning down Barcelona and Bayern Munich, was a statement of intent. Ajax's faith in his potential is clear, with a contract running until 2027, providing stability for his development. Despite having made just 61 minutes of Eredivisie action this season, Mokio's profile is growing rapidly. His ability to play as a center-back, defensive midfielder, or even a left-back gives him the versatility modern coaches demand. Standing at 6', left-footed, and technically composed, he looks well-suited for possession-based systems. Premier League clubs watching closely. Team Talk revealed that Chelsea have heavily scouted and profiled Mokio, with the Conference League and FIFA Club World Cup winners viewing the teenager as a future midfield anchor. Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Tottenham are also monitoring his progress. The publication added that Mokio's style is built for the Premier League, which will excite supporters of any club linked with him. His mix of progressive passing, duel-winning tenacity, and ability to drive the ball forward has scouts describing him as a hybrid between Declan Rice and N'Golo Kanté. Perfect. Platform at Ajax remains one of the great finishing schools of European football, and Mokio is in the right environment to polish his game. Team Talk noted that his glimpses of quality have intensified interest from top clubs. 21 appearances and 2 goals already underline that he is trusted at senior level. This season will be crucial for his growth, and if he can establish himself as a regular starter, a major transfer battle could erupt as early as summer 2026. Barcelona and Real Madrid are watching closely, but the Premier League might prove an irresistible destination. Liverpool's transfer focus, alongside Mokio. Team Talk also reported that Liverpool could revive interest in Crystal Palace defender Mark Guehi after a summer move fell through on deadline day. They also highlighted an intriguing revelation about Florian Wirtz, suggesting the German playmaker's arrival from Bayer Leverkusen could be transformative for Liverpool's midfield. Our view, Anfield Index analysis for Liverpool fans, Jordi Mokio represents the type of signing that fits Arne Slot's long-term vision. At just 17, his versatility could be a huge asset, particularly as Liverpool look to transition smoothly between generations. His ability to play center-back and defensive midfield is invaluable for a squad that needs depth in both areas, especially after the departure of senior players in recent seasons. Scouts calling him a mix of Declan Rice and N'Golo Kante will turn heads on Merseyside. Liverpool have lacked a true midfield enforcer since Fabinho's peak years, and Mokio's style could restore that balance. Supporters will hope the club move quickly if competition from Chelsea, Manchester United, and even Real Madrid intensifies. The January talk around Marc Guehi is also significant. Slot will want defensive reinforcements as Liverpool prepare for a demanding calendar including Champions League football. Add in Florian Wirtz's growing influence, and Liverpool look to be building an elite spine that can challenge domestically and in Europe for years to come. Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.